Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Today, I want to talk about traveling to the Philippines and what's going to be encountered whenever you guys come to the Philippines. So, hopefully, you guys will enjoy this coming up. Yeah, yesterday, what I did was I spent a few minutes looking online for tickets just to see the fares, what the fares are doing, and what's happening with the airlines and how they're prepared for passengers coming to the Philippines. As you know, about 3 days ago, the palace announced that everybody will be able to travel to the Philippines with as long as they have a current visa and a visa upon arrival. So, which opens up the door for many people that have been waiting for the last 2 years to come to the Philippines. It's very nice. I'm excited. The fact is because a lot of the people left during the first virus notice, and then they decided that they would just wait whenever it subsides. And nobody ever thought it would last the 2 years that it did. But of course, how things happen, uh, they ended up 2 years. They didn't get to see the girls. Some cases, they actually lost their fiance, their Filipina that they were dating, and or because she just got tired of waiting, or he got tired of doing the same thing, and it's really sad. Uh, so today we're going to talk about that. I went on yesterday Skyscanner. It's an app that you can load on your phone. There's many apps out there. Cheapo Tickets. I also have one, Cheap Tickets, on my vlog. If you'll actually look on my YouTube page, you'll be able to see in the description. You'll be able to see there's links in there, uh, and you can actually book your ticket. Now, what they are saying is you have to have the test done before you get on the plane, and which is fine, understandably so. But there's no quarantine once you arrive here, which is nice, very nice. But I looked on Skyscanner yesterday, and I noticed that uh, some of the airlines such as Philippine Airlines, Qatar Airlines, there were Delta Airlines. Delta is now working in hand with Philippine Airlines, and they are doing flights. As you know, Philippine Airlines has been doing flights from Los Angeles. There's like 4 or 5 major airports in the U.S. that Philippine Airlines fly to, and then round trip. But I looked yesterday, $2,000 for an airline ticket, round trip. So I extended the time, and I looked into April, and it's still running about a little less than 2,000. But I got to May, and they had some special deals going on. Round trip tickets in May were $1,000. And that's flying from, and that's using Delta. They were flying from Los Angeles, Dallas, and New York, and which is really nice because it gives you $1,000 round trip ticket. It's a really good price. I mean, you're not gonna find at this particular time a cheaper price. But it was actually arriving, leaving, excuse me, and I put the departure around mid-May and arrival 1 month later, and then I did 2 months later, and it was still around the same price. It was 54,000 peso. One had it at 52,000 peso, which is a little over $1,000, $1,200 to be exact. There was one that was 48,000 peso, but it had 4 stops. Now these that I'm talking about are 2 stops, so they would stop somewhere in Tokyo and or other places. There depends on the airlines. As you know, so I would say that you guys planning to come to the Philippines, I would say probably the best bet is look into May and June and July. You might, and which is just 3 4 months away, because we're already in February now. Today is the last day of January, so you're looking now into February. And so if you look at it this way, uh, plan a couple months. But a lot of people said, no problem. I'll pay the $2,000 and come in 2-3 weeks. So a lot of people don't have a problem paying 2,000 a ticket to come to the Philippines. Um, but I'm more of a thrifty. They call it thrifty. As I live here in the Philippines, they say sometimes you're too thrifty, and that means just watching the dollar. I would save the $1,000 and wait 1 month or 2 months, but that's me. Back in the day, they had really good tickets. I mean, I remember buying a ticket round trip going to Dallas, $800. So, and it was 2 stops, So it was really nice. The 2 stops are very short. It was no problem about that. Uh, but they do. Philippine Airlines does offer a one-way ticket with straight shot. So I think, well, they have to refuel, but there is a stop. Depending on where you're flying out of, we all have to fly from here to Manila, wherever you're in the Philippines. If you're locally there in Manila, there's no worries. You just get on the plane and no worries. But like I would fly out of CDO or Davao and end up in Manila and then fly out from there. As you know, as times go on, it's going to be the same situation because they fly direct to Cebu. So it's going to be really nice, and I can't wait to see that happen. So I thought I'd just let you guys know. Start checking the sites like Skyscanner. Skyscanner is one of the better ones. I bought different sites before. Cheapo Tickets was one I bought, but Cheapo was fine. But sometimes I found myself in trouble because they were buying it from a third-party company, like a Fly Around and some of these other ones that's out there. So I want to thank everybody for always watching and listening to our shows. As you know, now I'm on podcast, and I was surprised this morning of the downloads I had on that, and it was like amazing. I could not believe that people took the time to listen, and I really appreciate that. It's special to know that people are actually listening to my podcasts and making my YouTube channel grow. This last week I gained 60 subscribers on my YouTube channel, and my podcasts are growing. So I want to thank everybody for always watching those and listening to me as you travel. I'll try to make sure to do more podcasts always. I want to thank you guys always for watching our videos, and we'll see you guys in our podcast, listen to our podcast. See you guys next time.